By the time we moved out, me and this guy were button heads so much that I didn't invite him to my wedding.
All right. I rebooted the router. We're going to try this again. If Twitch kicks us off, it's not my fault.
Apologies in advance.
I mean, right. Yeah. I refuse to accept responsibility for this failure. Okay. So, we have our newspaper layouts. We've got our starting tiles. We've got our special powers.
Does the starting tile count as a photo?
No. It's just the starting tile. It doesn't count for anything. It's everything else you place with it.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
And then here are our advanced cards.
And the other rules is that no two of any same type can touch.
Correct.
Or they can, but they don't count.
You have to flip one of them over if they do touch.
So these are just extra rules.
Oh man, that's aggressive.
Ugh, this is must.
I think I got that one too.
Friday's memo.
Yep.
Blue articles may not be placed above the fold.
Ads must be adjacent
yours is
to the edge
above.
of your paper.
Oh yeah, so
Mine's
yours is below.
I have placed ads adjacent to the edge of my paper. Can't place them anywhere else.
Interesting.
Okay. I better just keep these out here so I see them.
Above the current affairs.
Okay, so I believe we understand, right? That you have to use one hand only.
And above the fold is any square of it being above, right?
Yeah, as long as
like this counts as above the fold.
I
think
that's
it
a good
does.
question. I guess
I
we
think
can
he's
find
right.
out here. Let's clarify. I think you're correct though.
Which is good and bad, because my goal is to place something above, but this means I can't place above.
White
Well,
space.
no, those are different. That's happy and sad.
They are, and this is.
And that's just blue. Yeah.
The white space bonus is the comparative, smallest, largest, and neither.
Right.
Over points or negative points. Where is that card?
Is there an expansion
Clarification.
rule set?
Does it have a what's the title
Of what?
of your card?
Tone down the current affairs.
It doesn't say that here. Yours does. What does his say?
No, mine says bump up the current affairs.
Oh, yours is yours above. His is below.
Mine's
Yeah.
both of my bonuses are for articles above the fold, so I just wanted to clarify that above the fold meant. I seem to remember that from last time, that just any corner of the thing above, but it could be the opposite. It could be.
Verify this here. So. Space layout. Okay, so tiles are alignment. Center just cover the square on the top half of your paper. Center pieces articles supposed to be placed in the correct orientation. Articles of the same color may not be adjacent. You have to flip them. Ads may not be adjacent. You have to flip them. Photos may not be adjacent on any size. You have to flip them. Oh, articles of the same color may not be adjacent. Ads may not be adjacent. Photos may not be adjacent.
Correct.
Tiles may go over the fold of the newspaper in the shadow line in the middle of the paperboard. Tiles may be flipped over and placed face down with their tile back showing. They must be placed in the correct orientation. Note, face down tiles are not worth any points, but they may help you fill in white spaces to avoid having leftover tiles on your desk. You will want to place all tiles face up if possible, but in some instances, if you cannot play a tile face up without conflict, it is advantageous to place face down to avoid the penalty of having to leave it on your desk. That's the layout phase. Articles. 1 or 2 points based on size. Photos, ads, mood. White space bonus. Mood balance. Scoring examples. Solo mode. Puzzle mode. Wow. Scenarios and achievements. Scenarios. Variants. Turn-based. Actually. Gameplay summary, special actions, game and scoring. Rearrange. What? Oh, variants. newsroom mode, clarifications. Centerpieces, character cards, breaking news. Oh, here we go. Any tiles that cross the fold are considered to be both above and below.
Oh.
Oh.
So they cannot cross the fold.
Right. If they're supposed to be above or below, they need to be fully above or below.
There you go.
Oh.
So there you go. Clarification achieved. Greetings, Point Man. Welcome to the broadcast. After we took like 3 tries to get it going, glad to have you. Point Man is a streamer from the Pennsylvania region. He's out here this week helping us do an install on our software.
Sweet. He
So,
also
yeah.
has some magnificent wings.
He does. And a little Bob Ross action going on there.
Look at them wings.
Look at them wings.
See them wings? And I'm
Alright.
Amber Ducks.
Hammer dicks.
Okay, so with that being said, then, is everybody ready to start for Friday? Remember, we're within the inner boundaries of the paper for Friday. And whenever somebody slaps that timer, we will begin.
Ready? Sit. Go.
There we go.
Okay.
Do you put them face up on your? I guess you
Yes,
can, huh?
it's gotta be face up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's not do that one. Actually, let's go. Okay.
Super happy.
I can't remember if pairs count. Do pairs count?
Pairs of what?
What? I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I can't think.
Yeah, we can't talk and do this at the same time.
Definitely not.
All right, I'm moving the layout.
Oh, so you get the? Don't you get the number 1 title?
Yes, I do.
Oh boy.
That's kind of how I'm feeling.
Oh, and you can't pick it back up once you put it down.
Yeah, you can.
I think you can.
No, it's. I think it's one or the other. That's why. Otherwise, you just flip a bunch of them over and then start picking from them.
Oh,
I thought that
Yes.
was what we did.
No, you pick it up, decide keeping it, and then put it, and then or discard it.
Gosh. I need some like actual articles.
All right, I'm gonna move to market phase. And you don't. Do you have, the 4 minutes doesn't include both, does it? It
Yeah.
does, doesn't
it
it?
includes all of it.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I was I was thinking.
Well, okay, I'm
the
going.
other part, yeah.
Oh Lord, I have way too much. I have way too much content. What have I done to myself here? No. Yes. No.
Oops.
Oh, I'm hosed here. How much time do I have left?
34
seconds.
seconds.
Woo doggy.
what the other scoring points does.
Oh, this is so bad. I gotta make some terrible decisions here. That's gonna do that.
Oh wait, I get to do one more after I've gone. That's huge.
That's time.
Time's up?
Yep.
Ah!
Okay.
Oh, that really sucks.
Oh, that's... most of my alignments were terrible.
Point.
Okay, let me grab a...
Oh, I moved 2 of them too late. Oh, this is gonna be so bad.
Alright. So... our editors for today are... Mark, Chris, and Michael. Alright, so for Friday...
Oh, I'm so stupid.
Scoring. So first of all, make sure that you've looked over everything, that you don't have photos next to each other, you don't have light color articles next to each other, and ads next to each other.
Yep.
Okay. Everything good there? Everything to flip
Yep.
over? Okay. Now we're looking at articles. So I have a total of 2, 4, 5, 6 points for articles. Chris?
9 points for articles.
Okay, Michael?
2.
2 points for articles. Ooh, that's rough. Photos. Let's see. Now, photos score per attached article of the appropriate color. So
Oh, I
this
forgot
photo,
about
I
that,
have
yeah.
scoring 1, and this photo is scoring 1, 2, 3. So it's total 4 for my photos. Chris?
I have 2.
2. Michael?
1.
1. Okay, the centerpiece. I score 1 point for each complete set of 3 article colors. I have 1 set for 1 whole point. Chris?
I only got 1 point.
1 point for your centerpiece.
I
Michael?
accidentally grabbed a
Get
yellow.
2.
2.
I was supposed to get pairs of yellow and blue, and I grabbed 1 yellow and 3 blue. Like
All right.
a moron.
So
I
now,
have so many more points.
white space. Now I have to look up how we evaluate this just to be sure. If it's the total count.
No, it's
It's
the
It's
largest
largest area
contiguous-
of empty squares.
Largest single area.
So my largest area is 12.
I've got 10.
I did 3.
Okay, so then I'm the largest. I lose 1 point. I believe
Release the
it's
Kraken
you get. I
point,
believe
man.
you get 1.
I get a point? That's
yeah,
crazy.
You get 1 point for being in the middle. Yep. And then Chris gets 3. Stick it on his layout. Okay, mood. So mood balance, positive versus oh my gosh, I didn't put any of my positives out. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negative. No, there's 1 positive. So 5 negative. I am so toast. Negative 5. Chris, how's your mood?
I have
It's the
5 sad and 4 happy.
so -1. Okay, and Michael.
-2.
-2. Leftovers. What's on your desk? I've got 5. So I lose 5 points for that.
Is it number of tiles?
Yeah.
Yeah, just 1.
1 for Chris.
2 for me.
2 for Michael. Oh my gosh, did I even get points? No, I scored 0. Round total was 0.
Ouch.
What about ad revenue?
That's here, round ads. So I begin the game with $3 of ad revenue, so 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do get 6 round ads. Total 6. Okay, Chris, your round total. Hang on a sec. I'm just adding these up. 9, 11, 12, 15, 14, 13 for your round total, and your ad that revenue is
2.
2.
Right. Plus. What now? What?
It's
yeah,
just
what-
that's order that you get to choose your next.
Okay, so yeah, I got $2 here. Was there a starting money?
No, just me.
Oh, you had the special one?
Yeah. So $2 in round ads, and Michael, your round total was 2, 3, 5, 6, 2. Chris is killing us, but you're still ahead of me. And your round ads
6.
6. Wow, not bad. Tied with me. I had a boost. Okay, well, that was a travesty.
Yeah, that was bad.
I forgot all the rules.
We forgot how to
We forgot to play the game. We're just playing it.
All right, practice.
Okay,
round.
now I do believe if you have items on your desk, you can keep them.
Yeah, I think it's you. Yeah.
Let me verify that on
Actually, no, I think you're right.
Once all players have finished their papers, each player should check the board for the player to the left for conflicts. Well, we trust each other. At the end of the Friday Saturday rounds, lay out one centerpiece tile, not the starting centerpiece tiles, per player. In a 2-player game, lay out 3 centerpiece tiles. The player with the lowest number of finishing token, the player who finished first, gets the first choice of the available centerpiece tiles. Oh, when do you take the finish? Is it when you decide you finished your layout?
I think that's when you get these. Yeah, is when you finish your layout.
I thought it was when you start to go to layout.
Decide whether you want to keep it or put it back. If you choose to put it back, place it back in the middle of the table face up. If you choose to keep it, you may look through the tiles on your 3 desks on your top. You may never return them to the middle once you decide to keep them. It does not say that you can't take them from the middle after you put them there.
Oh,
Yeah.
It does say that you can't remove them from your desk once you decide to keep them.
Right.
But it says, doesn't say you pick it up with one hand,
you pick it up
Yep,
with one hand
and you
you
look
flip
at
it
it.
over and you look at it. If you
flip
don't
it
want
over your desk, decide to keep tiles and place on desk or place back on the table.
Right.
But you can still pick it back up from the table.
Off the table later
Yeah.
if you want to, yeah.
But if you put it on your desk, you can't.
You
get
have
rid
to
of
keep it.
So we should be looking in front of other people's to grab their tiles
Oh,
that are
absolutely.
face up.
When you are finished laying out your paper, which does not require you to place all of your tiles, say print. Take the lowest unclaimed finishing token.
Oh, so it is.
So yeah, it's based on finishing the actual layout. So
Oh.
then I was going to look at next rounds.
Well, then we took it early, but,
Yeah.
but we all ran out the time. So how do you?
You don't.
You don't.
Nobody gets it.
Um,
Right here.
unplaced tiles left on your 3D desk. Important note: any unplaced newspaper tiles remaining on each player's 3D desk stay there and may be used in the following round.
So you can't get rid of them
Unless you
unless
play
you
it.
play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh
that being
gosh.
said, now we can clear our papers and flip those over and mix everything back up.
Now that Chris gave us a thorough trouncing.
I believe the word after is drubbing.
Sure.
Drums.
whatever method of
whatever
butt
form
kickery
of,
you
yeah.
presume. Yeah. Okay. So I'll let you guys mix those up. I'll get the Saturday. So we can discard our Friday breaking news cards.
Thank goodness. These are only going to get harder. I imagine.
I
The
suspect.
news was busted.
Busted.
And what about the memos?
Those get
Yeah.
discarded. Your press pad stays, but the Friday card goes away. No, you don't need to keep that either. That's the centerpieces can go and get discarded, and then I
and
will
then we'll
shuffle.
get 3 new ones.
Yeah,
Or 3 new ones will come out or whatever.
yeah. There's a stack of 12 here. I split them out kind of 6 and 6. I don't know if that matters, or if you're supposed to shuffle all 12 and then just deal them out. But it might give us a different kind of mix if we do 6, deal 3, and then do the other 6 and deal 3. So yeah, here is the second day breaking news.
Oh. Wait, so is this for everybody?
Yep.
No, that's for you.
Are you sure mine says players?
Yep. This one's a
Players
universal.
must keep every ad they flip.
Oh boy.
And mine says the player with the highest score from articles earns $3.
Nice.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
See, that's nice.
Mine is players must keep every green article they flip.
So green articles and ads. If you flip one, you have to take it.
Yep.
Must. It is compulsory.
That's right.
Oh.
But here are the 3 tiles we're going to choose from.
All ads.
And since you're the lowest, you get first pick.
I do. So, local exhibition grows. 2+ for every photos may be adjacent. Oh, nice.
And articles of the same color may be adjacent.
-2.
That'd be great for this round if you have to keep all your greens.
Except it's -2 points.
Yeah. But if you score
I
at
see.
the end anyway,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
I see what. Yeah. So it's you start with a -2, but you can just stack your articles up.
And this one scores as a photo of the color of your choice. You know what? I kind of like this one. I'm going with that one.
And when a photo is a color, that means you get a point for.
I think it
being
means that
next
it's
to
for
the art.
whatever color articles are next to it.
Yeah.
All photos do that. Some
So
of them
you-
are for more than one color.
Well, like this one scores based on
Blue.
Just
also.
blue.
Well, no, it's positive or negative.
Oh, on mood?
Yeah, this one's
Oh,
on mood,
okay.
not on color.
Okay. So this one just counts for one color.
But it's only positive, or only negative,
This
right?
one's only
Yeah.
negative.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this one's pink or green.
So that would you probably
Yep.
only get one. I think I'm just gonna take this
All right.
Alright, so you get a centerpiece.
Well, why do I
for your
go
photo.
first?
I
because
don't
you
know.
are winning.
There you go. Higher score. Higher score
Fine.
gets punished. Alright, so there's that.
All right, and now we
Everybody
remember.
has their centerpiece set.
All right, ads and greens must keep.
Ads and greens. Alrighty.
Ready, set, go. An ad.
An ad.
An ad.
Oh, I've made a good choice.
An ad. Horrible decisions have been made. An ad. All right, we're digging further.
A green.
Here's a pink.
Hey, look at that, and it's a happy. That's good. I need at least. Every card I've flipped has been an ad. No,
Oh. Another ad.
it's not. I will.
Oh no.
Oh crap.
I will in fact take it though.
No.
Green.
I'll have to take it.
That's an ad.
We have to keep ads and
Ads and
pictures?
greens.
Ads and
Oh,
greens.
ads and greens. Okay.
Alright, I'm going to print.
That's an ad. Oh, I need to stop.
I'm going too slow.
And we still got time. There's only like a minute time that's gone by. Oh, this is not going to be fun. But we might just be able to pull it off.
All right. I'm
Yeah,
going to
I'm
print
going
it.
to print as well. I have to. I have too many. That is what I was afraid of.
Boy, this time I didn't take enough, I don't think. I need to learn how to kind of balance the amount of what I have. It's just, it's terrible. Oh my gosh, a minute and a half left. Can I do this better? Yes.
Oops.
Print.
Look at this guy.
I don't have any other tiles left, so I might as well just put the pressure on you guys.
You succeeded. Pretty drastically, actually. That's not good for any help.
Well, we know who's gonna have the most money revenue. As long as you don't put all the ads together. You can flip some over to be print too, of course.
Can I do any better than that?
And does kitty corner count as touching?
No, only orthogonal.
You have to keep every ad, but you don't have to play every ad.
You do not. And in fact, you can flip them over to just be text if you want, and
That's
keep
right.
that and get them off your desk.
Oh, that's right. And you can do that with any tile?
Yeah.
As long as you play it in the right orientation?
Yep.
All right. I think I'm going to do
That's all that I can do.
Time.
Man.
Who printed first?
Oh,
Neither of us.
Okay.
I was done before time, but yeah, we can.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So, second round. Saturday articles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chris. Actually, verify also.
Yep, not touching. So,
Colors and ads, not touching photos. You can't have photos adjacent, can you?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you have that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's yours. Okay. Mine was the adjacent colors.
Yeah.
so yeah, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10?
Yep.
Man, I can't get anywhere.
I've got 3.
3.
Yeah, 4 of my articles are 2 points.
Photos.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for photos for me. Chris
6.
and Michael.
1.
Excuse me, 1. Centerpiece. I get -2, but it enabled me to place a lot more stuff, so I will accept that. Chris?
Oh, my centerpiece was in the
Oh, it counts as a
photos.
photo, so you
So
count
we
it.
could take 4 points out of my other and put it on there, but just give me 0 for it.
So it's 2 for photos and 4 for centerpiece.
Correct.
Sure, I can update that. Okay, Michael.
2.
Centerpiece. 2. White space. My largest white space is 6.
Mine's 4.
Mine's 2.
Are you joking?
But I get to subtract 1, so it's actually 1.
Doesn't matter. You still got lowest.
That's the thing.
Gilding
I'm
the lily.
I'm good at filling space, and so this is really pointless for me, unless on the last round I run out of time and blow it really badly.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is like apparently I'm very bad at judging like how much space I'm taking up with the pieces that I get. Okay, mood. I think I'm, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 negative. So -1 on my mood. Chris?
Oh, bad mood balance for me. I'm getting burned. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 8 smiles and 2 frowns. So 6.
-6.
-6, yeah.
Okay.
I've got
Michael?
I've got -1.
-1. And leftovers. I have 0. Chris, you have 0.
0.
And Michael?
I've got 2.
2. Alright, so that round total is, what do I get? 15 minutes, so 11. Hey, I'm on the board. 11 points. Chris, 10, 12, 16, 10, 13. You score the same score again. Michael, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -3 is 4. Total of 6. Oh wait, this is 20. Alright, round adds. I've got 2. Bring me a total of 8. Chris, you got a bonus, right?
Well, I've got 5. We all get the bonuses.
No, it's whoever got the most
Yeah.
article points.
Did I get the most article points?
Yeah, damn
Okay,
it.
so $3 plus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $8.
I better not lose the ad game here.
12.
12?
12.
Nice.
Count them.
Yep. 3, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's right. You pulled a lot of them though. That's
Every
right.
card I flipped was an ad.
Yeah. 18.
And you
Dude,
had-
I can't believe I'm in 3rd on ad revenue. I'm gonna lose this game on ads.
And you can touch pictures. Is that upside down one also an ad?
Yeah.
Wait.
Look at that.
Oh, the flipper one? Yeah. Exactly. You're just taking up space.
Yep.
Okay. I'll take your centerpieces.
So you could have swapped, maybe swapped the picture in the ad and got it in there, but no, you couldn't.
No.
No.
And we'll.
Well, I wish I had the centerpiece I had last time was you
So what
get
do
a
you
point
collect?
for every ad you have next
the
to a photo.
centerpieces.
That's what I was trying to do
And
last
I'll
round.
take the
Here,
cards for
Saturday.
Saturday.
get those away from me.
Right.
Oh, you have a Friday card over there still. All right. Sunday edition. Give me them funnies. Put it on
It's a big one.
here. It's the biggest.
Even the funny papers.
It's baddest.
It's big.
It's better. But can it stop
It's too much
Mr.
for Mr.
Incredible?
Gosh. The Incredibles is such a good
That's a
movie.
classic movie.
Oh yeah.
Just for the art deck, the set,
The
what,
designs,
art,
yeah.
art design alone.
Yeah.
Then the whole story is so good. Balance. Ooh. That's
Bon
funky,
voyage.
yeah. Oh, and the Underminer. I am always beneath you, but nothing is beneath me. Gosh.
John Ratzenberger is fantastic.
So good.
Well, and I mean, just the writing on that. Yeah. Bon voyage and Monsieur
Monsieur
Monsieur.
Incroyable.
My daughter and I always, we go back and
Monsieur
forth.
Incroyable.
I think that's the one.
So
I
which
think that's the one I watch the most with my kid of all the
Pixar's?
Yeah.
It's definitely a good one.
The 2000s was a great time to have a kid.
Yeah. Lilo and Stitch was huge for us. That wasn't Pixar, but
That's
that was
still-
Hannah's first movie in the theater that we understood that she figured out what was going on. And Lilo got captured and taken off, and she's like, Lilo! She just screaming out in the middle of the theater.
Oh, wow.
It's okay, just watch, just keep watching.
Yeah, it was the same. That's the same creator that did How to Train Your Dragon.
The Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So they recognize the monster style,
Okay.
that the thick legs and the
Yeah.
he patterned Stitch and the dragon after cats, I think.
Got it.
All right, so who's losing?
What?
Who gets to take one of these first?
Well, he gets.
Oh, between
first
you,
choice.
I get the first one. Because I went
Oh,
to
look at
print.
that.
I went to print first.
Yep.
So between the two of you, Chris is way ahead. Chris has got 26 points.
Okay.
Okay. Storehouse says you may have up to 5 unplaced tiles without penalty. Oh, nice. I can just grab all the tiles.
The penalty for unplaced ads is doubled.
That's true.
So
And the player with the largest white space area receives -3 instead of -1.
and what's yours?
Okay. White space above the fold is -1 per square.
Oh.
But these are individual, right?
No,
These
this
aren't
is,
group.
This is the players. Player or players.
Yours is players.
Mine is.
Mine does not.
Mine doesn't either. Mine just says the penalty for unplaced ads is doubled.
Well, that's a good question, I guess.
Yeah,
Look at
mine
these
mine
and see.
specifically says the players.
If yours is players, then maybe these are all. Maybe all of them were supposed to be applicable to all of us. Let's find out.
Well, what was the?
Shuffle each of 3 breaking news decks separately. Draw a card from each deck before players choose centerpieces for the next round. Oh.
You're only supposed to do one of
We're
these.
supposed to be one.
Oh,
and it
gosh,
affects
you're
all of
making this
us.
so
Woo!
hard.
We're playing hard mode.
Well, no, that makes sense because Chris had the below this one and I had above on this one.
Yeah.
If you draw both of them, you just can't play blues.
So
Yeah.
let's. Why don't you give me
Reshuffle,
3,
reshuffle.
and we'll just do the single for Sunday, I guess.
That's funny.
Yeah, we were in.
I went extra
We were
hard
in
mode.
hyper challenge mode.
Triple scratch.
Hope you've been
That's
recording.
right.
This is our YouTube challenge.
Absolutely, that's right. That's right.
Oh yeah. White man said hello, and then he drew a squid
That's right.
He released the
or
Kraken.
an octopus.
He did. He might be killing people now. Legally.
Legally?
Yeah.
Well, as
He's
long as
got-
he's doing it legally.
The guy's console hooked up to his hotel.
The Kraken. Do you guys know Point Man?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Alright, so here
Here's
is our
rule
one condition.
to rule them all.
White space bonus is based on fewest total empty squares on your paper.
Oh, so it's total this
Yeah,
time.
Total.
not the region. It's the total.
Ah, that sucks.
Okay. Now, okay, so you may have up to 5 unplaced tiles without penalty. Each 7 plus -1 for each white space area. Each white space area at least 3 squares in size. You get
You get money for
money for each white space area at least 3 squares in size.
And what does money get you?
Ads? It's ad revenue. The player with the lowest ad revenue at the end of Sunday is
Just
automatically out.
Oh, that's right.
Remember what your
loses
score
immediately.
is.
Oh, how are we doing on that?
Me!
Oh, you're getting killed.
I'm at 8. You're at 10, and he's at 18. He's
Oh,
pretty
no.
safe. I kind of like this one,
Yeah.
but this one protects me from my own problems.
I don't want to hear it.
Each white space area of at least 3 squares. So these kind of work against each other. All right, I'm gonna take this one.
Hooray.
I'm
That's
probably gonna
because
regret
of
it.
this one. That was not even a question.
So Chris gets the 7 points -1 for each white space.
Each white space area.
Area?
Which each
Okay.
white space area, which is also in parallel with Sunday's memo where it's the total white space on the board. Is that right?
Well, this is how you
That's just for the
evaluate the white
bonus.
space score.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So this is for each contiguous area,
Mm-hmm.
and that one, those will count
It means
differently.
that the white space scoring counts for all of white space.
Yeah.
So, at least if I have it, I'm going to get ad revenue for it, although I might lose points.
And do I still subtract one from the score?
Oh yeah, that's your permanent ability. It doesn't say every round, or it doesn't say begin the game or anything. It's just
It
like
says each round.
yeah.
So in this case, the largest is the total on the board, so I'll have one less.
Yeah, it'll just count for one less.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready, set, go.
Oh boy.
Do all. Alright, how about we get
How'd I
some
know before?
articles this time? How about we stop drawing
Oh my
pictures
gosh, no, I
and
want that.
ads? It's pink though, I don't want pink. We can make that work. Alright, we need...
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, I should have threw that back.
How is it possible?
Incroyable.
It's incredible.
So incredible.
Who's putting stuff down? I want to see stuff. Show me something else.
Oh wow. I'm in trouble.
Boy.
No, dang it. Dang it.
Oh shoot.
Gosh darn it. What'd you guys do with all of that?
Alright, I'm going to print.
Son of a-
No. Oh no.
Oh.
You looked at so many. I think I'm in trouble.
Oh, I didn't get nearly enough.
Right?
I got a whole scad here.
Alright.
I have to go to print.
I'm going to print.
Yeah, I gotta go. Gotta go.
Man, that's really dumb because I had to give yourself all of the extra tiles too.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh, this sucks.
Alright.
Shoot. No. I guess. I'm losing here.
Jeez.
You're about to get destroyed by
I'm in
this.
so much trouble. I'm in so much trouble.
Oh, that's so bad. Wow. Alright, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm super screwed here. Should have taken the other one. Should have taken the other one.
2, 1. Game over.
Wow, I got burned on this one.
Yeah,
I
I lost
panicked.
3 on that one. That's so big. All
Hooray. I'm glad to see everybody else suck too.
Let me make sure I was going pretty quick there at the end. Make sure that I've got nothing screwed up. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I don't have anything mislaid, but man, I could have done better. Okay.
I panicked at not having enough. I thought I had more. I thought I had too many tiles.
Same.
And
Mine were just bad orientation on some of these. I couldn't figure out how to work them in. I'm sure I could have shifted things around. This killed me. I put it right in the middle. It's like, why? Why did I do that?
And you know what's funny? I spent too much time. I pulled like 4 or 5 yellow articles, and I couldn't find a blue one, and I panicked.
Oh yeah.
That's what happened.
But really, you don't need. I mean, as long as you have different colors, you're fine. I was thinking of that too. It's like,
No,
I need all 3. No, I don't. Really.
It was the balance. I couldn't find.
Oh, the mood.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
gotcha.
find any blues to balance the mood. I was sitting here
Yeah.
with it, and I should have just kept going.
Okay, articles 2, 4, 6,
Wow.
8, 9 for me. Chris, articles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Michael.
I got 10.
10. Photos. That's terrible. 1.
Is it per face when an article has a double face?
10.
For mood, yeah. But
Okay, so
we're
I
doing
got-
photos right now.
So
I
wait,
got
do you have to
4.
do an either or, or is it both?
No, it's both.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So photos 1.
I'm just saying one of my articles has 2 happy faces on it, and so that
3.
counts as
That
2.
counts as 2.
Yeah, okay.
4. 4 for photos for me, Chris.
So I got 4.
And Michael.
I got 10.
On
Nice.
photos.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I played all greens and blues that round.
Centerpiece. I get ad money for each white space area of at least 3 squares in size. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna have 4 ad revenue in addition. So my centerpiece doesn't give me anything. Chris, your centerpiece?
I get 1 point. It was 7 plus -1 for each white space, and I got
area.
6 white spaces.
Ouch.
Brutal.
Okay, 1. Michael.
I get 2.
2. White space. This is total white space.
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. I have so many.
Alright. I got 40.
I got 40.
I got 57. -1.
No, it's. Oh, yes, it
56.
is.
56. So Chris
Which means
gets
I get-
-3.
Yeah, worst possible time.
And
to
I
get
think
that.
we each get 0 because we tied. Nobody gets it, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, at least I didn't get -3.
Everybody's get -3.
I got
Chris
-3.
got -3.
I mean, I'm happy with him getting -3, but.
White space. If tied players each received a reward or penalty. Ooh, so we each had the smallest then. We each get +3.
Hey! I'll take that.
That's unfair. Flip on the board.
3 and 3.
Flip the table.
Mood. Let's
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I'm actually only -1 on mood. Chris? How's your mood?
Oh, looks like I screwed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, -1.
-1. And Michael?
I'm even.
0. Nice. Leftovers. I've got 3. Chris?
0.
0.
You guys are so cool. If I even survive the ad revenue fight here. 13.
I don't think it matters. I don't think I can catch
16
up.
-4 is 12.
First 2 rounds were
So my total
bad.
score is only 23. My total score doesn't even exceed Chris's second round score. Chris, 13, 14, 11, 10, for a total of 36. And Michael, 10, 20, 25
Oh, there's a
is
chance.
31.
Well, did you add an
Okay,
ad
so
revenue?
we're about to.
Oh, okay.
So ad revenue 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For
What was
a total of 19 for me.
You got a
I
special
get
card?
$1 for each white space area of at least 3 squares in size.
Oh, brutal.
Of which there are many.
Add.
6.
Total of 16, Michael.
5.
5, total of 23. Chris is out on ad revenue, which means with a total of 31 points, Michael wins
That
it
is
over my 23.
Unbelievable. That is actually disgusting.
You get $1.
For each white space area of at least 3 squares in size.
So you got 1, 2, 3,
1,
4.
2, 3, 4, plus
5,
2,
6, 7,
4,
8,
6,
9, 10,
7.
11.
Yeah, so I got 11 ad revenue in the last round.
I thought you said like 19 or something.
That was my full total.
Oh, 11.
Your full total was 16. And yours was 23.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Ugh.
Actually disgusting.
That was rough.
You guys suck. That was brutal.
So to be fair, we did play that super hard mode.
We did.
And,
That was
and wrong. And we
unbelievable.
forgot all the rules.
Right? Yeah, that was funny.
All right, so should we go for round 2 or play something else?
I'm always game for another title just to get them cycled through if we can.
Sure.
If somebody wants to do something.
I always want a rematch because I learned slow, but that's fine. We can do something else. I love the Azles. If you want to do another one of those, but
Actually, Glenn has them all right now.
what's that one? Just an expansion.
That's the expansion. Yeah.
All right.
Or there is an alternative here.
Okay.
I could show you guys how to play Triplanetary, because that's a game that doesn't really have a specific ending. You just set your own scenario and play it. So what we could do is break it out, and I could show you how the game works, and we could just kind of play around with it for an hour or so.
Okay.
Is that the one that's like super complicated and
Well, it's not super complicated. It's just that, I mean, you
you
have
put
to
the
deal
pencil
with,
on there and shoot
you
it or
deal with
something like
vectors.
that?
No. It's all dry erase. You're dealing with vectors and math. Spacey mathy game is what Derek calls it.
Yay.
Did you guys ever play that in grade school where you draw out a little, like draw spaceships and then you put your pencil on one and you flick it.
You
and
flick
the
it and
line,
see where it
draws
yeah.
a line through the other ship. It
Then
kills
destroys
it.
it. Yeah.
And you
No.
just play 1-to-1. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
That's
I
incredible.
have. Yeah, it's fun.
It was.
I remember back then.
We didn't have cell phones or computers.
We had to make up
didn't-
our own games.
We didn't either.
We were
And
bored.
we liked it. We loved it.
We had flip phones that
Right.
at most had like Snake.
Yeah.
I played that
Oh, I
Snake
played Snake so
much.
much.
Snake.
And then you get a color screen, and then it's like Solitaire or Monopoly.
We had one game that was like a little snowball fight.
Oh,
And you know, you had like 3 targets that you could hit, and so you'd like throw snowballs at them.
Let's go in here.
Let's see. The big bag gets all the news tiles. And then I've got smaller bags in here for cards and the
You snooze, you snooze.
That was funny.
Actually, I didn't ever get in trouble for it,
Can't
but
believe.
I had a bunch of my classmates that would always get mad because I've been passing my classes and I play my PSP in class.
Oh,
They're like,
yeah.
you pay attention. I'm like, I don't need to pay attention.
I don't.
I'm passing this class.
Obviously not. What
So-
did I do? My senior year, I took a programming class,
Oh, nice.
and I was a computer class aide my first hour, and then I was in my programming class second hour. So, or vice versa, programming first hour, computer aide second hour. So, the teacher said that at the end of this school year, the objective would be that we would have a program written and turned in. So I turned in the character generator program I'd been developing for a role-playing game for the last year and a half in BASIC,
Yeah.
and showed it to him. He looked it over, and the next day he said, I have nothing to teach you in this class. So you can do whatever you want.
Nice.
So what I would do is I would spend the first hour of my programming class, that first hour, grading all the papers from the computer aid class in the second hour.
Naturally.
And then in the second hour, I would go to the choir room and participate in the choir class that I was not registered for.
That's awesome.
And then my third hour would be...
Which I happen to be in.
Oh,
yeah,
there
she
you
was
go.
in. She was, yes, thank you, dear. That was why I went to choir.
Yeah, that explains it.
And then the third hour, I was in orchestra, and so we would play orchestra. And then in the fourth hour, I was a junior choir aide.
Fantastic.
And so I would leave that class and go to government and law in the fourth hour,
Right.
also occupied by a certain someone.
See? Look at this.
Halfway through I mean, this was one semester, but like the teacher was like, "Why are you in here?"
Just let it happen.
So this is it. Go
The
on.
government. Are you talking about the government?
Yeah, government law. Yeah,
He
he
was.
didn't care.
He was like retiring.
Yeah, he
Like,
did
on his
not.
way out.
Yeah, what
He did
teacher?
not
barely
care.
taught
Was it
anything.
Bertrand? Was that Mr. Bertrand?
Was he
Big
Something
tall
like
guy.
that.
And
Yeah.
did he constantly talk about being friends with Barry Goldwater?
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know. I don't remember.
That's so funny.
He was a big
Big
rambling guy.
Yeah,
That
right.
was like near retirement
Yeah,
and
Mike-
just really could care less.
But I'm sure at
As long
some
as you
point,
didn't cause problems.
I'm sure I did not. I just sat in the class
He
just because
didn't
Kathy was
care.
there.
He didn't
And-
care who was in his class.
I just wonder if at one point he might have kind of thought it's like, who is this guy that just like suddenly started showing up to my class?
And why am I not getting any papers?
Right? Well, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of homework in that class.
There
Oh,
was.
see, there you go.
It was mostly discussion based. It was government law, so I mean, we had to write a bill, and I had taken it the previous semester,
Oh, okay.
so I was done with it already, and yeah, it was just kind of. Why? At no point did he ever really ask me. It's like, do you belong here? he just
Funny.
rolled with it, and I just decided, sure, I like hanging out with Kathy, so I'm just gonna go to her class.
I love it.
Mr. Daly, I didn't get your assignment. That's because I'm not in this
I was
class.
gonna say,
Suck it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to give you nothing. I'm here of my own volition.
Did you guys ever play the online game Fantastic Contraptions?
I didn't.
I think I probably played something similar, like it does like a lot of Rube Goldberg machine type stuff.
Yeah,
or-
we had a computer class my sophomore year of high school that was half Fantastic Contraptions and half World of Warcraft.
That's
Or
excellent.
Warcraft 3. And so we would do the Fantastic Contraptions, and then after we did, it was our assignment, was to go and play this game. And he's like, I'm teaching you critical thinking and problem solving. And we're like, okay, whatever.
Sure, if you say so.
Yeah, and then after we did that, we just had a massive LAN party playing Warcraft. It was great.
It's fantastic.
Nice.
What a world. What a world.
Yeah. The closest thing we ever had in class or in school was Pillbox, which was just a game where it drew a terrain and there was a gunner on both sides. You set the angle and strength.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
shoot.
Like
Yes.
what do we call it? We had a version of it called Blast Doors.
Yeah.
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 But then there's a 3D version of it too.
Oh, they,
That one was great.
This was like a freeware. It was basically worms, but really, really primitive.
Oh yeah. You're you don't even move. Like your guns just stay in place,
Yep.
and you just get closer and closer until somebody gets wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, did that say advanced rules?
Oh heck yeah. Advanced
Or
combat.
advanced
system.
combat. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Space combat. So this is Triplanetary.
Triplanetary.
It is 2 boards.
Well, we really missed an opportunity there. I should have made 3.
Right?
They're big enough, believe me.
I mean, I'm sure they are, but
Each one a planet.
yeah.
I figured it out.
If I asked you guys this already, did you watch 3 Body Problem yet?
Which
I
one?
did.
The Netflix adaptation?
No, I was as soon as I saw the ad for it, I was like, no way.
I thought it was pretty good.
Well, have you read the book?
No,
If you read the book, you can't watch that show.
that's fair.
Well, I mean, I have to say that what they depicted struck me as a pretty large departure from what I expect coming out of knowing the book.
Oh, I actually heard it was a fairly faithful adaptation.
That's
Well, okay, so then maybe what I've seen just was represented badly, and I need to actually go back and watch it.
Well, and so I know what they did with the show is they've actually mixed some of book 1 and book 2.
So I haven't read book 2.
Okay.
So that's fair. I mean, I suppose that's entirely possible.
Well, and what I've heard from this author just about the short reviews is that book 2 is actually where things get much better for the series as a
Spicy.
whole.
Yeah, She's in Lou is he does great writing. I cannot complain about that writing. I thought I put those.
Soul.
That's unfortunate.
It's the sun.
We have I know it, but like we have Mercury, Venus, and Soul.
Rather than. Well, in Terra Luna.
I think Callisto. Yeah, they just decided to go half and half, I guess.
Okay.
But no Saturn.
And no Titan. You put Io on there, but no Titan.
I mean, there's only so much room. This game's like from the 1970s.
Whatever.
Oh, so we hadn't explored out to Saturn yet.
Probably not.
Oh, actually, that would make sense because I think Titan is one of Saturn's moons. Shoot here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, these aren't the ones I want. What are these? These are like weird shaped game boards. But where are my other ones? Where are they? They're over here.
Oh, yeah.
Just the edges. But I gotta find them.
Are they in the Charterstone
My
box?
chunks.
Yeah.
The Charterstone box has some of its own in it. Here.
Oh, okay.
Here they are. All right, so these are handy to be able to
Natural 18.
tie these 2 seams together if you
Right.
find a couple of the right size. And then in here we have ships. What color chip do you want?
That work.
Choose a Corvette.
Bitchin' Camaro, bitchin' Camaro.
Not an option. Here's a Corvette. Here's a Corvette. I should put these in a separate bag.
You said these are all different sizes?
Different depths.
The same gap to stretch. One here.
Yeah.
That'll work.
And it just slips underneath. Like so. Just kind of clamps on there. Perfect. That will keep them aligned, which is something we definitely appreciate. So yeah, pick a Corvette. There's that one.
White.
That's
his
one.
blue.
Yeah, so predictable, Chris.
White with a blue stripe.
I mean, you can get really involved in this game if you really want to.
That's what it looks like.
Right? I mean, you can have fleets and
I'm staying home.
combat and you can do logistics for transporting, for mining or whatever, like you mine the asteroid belts and play games like that. It's just, I mean, the idea is it's a system, so you can do it a bunch of different ways. So there you go. Pick a ship. Maybe the yellow one.
I picked this blue, white with blue stripe.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and bring the rest of these off the board. Ta-da.
Did
All
they
right.
ever come back into play?
Not for what we're going to do.
Well, just a few.
Chris's foil again. There's your color. And let's see, you're orange. So we'll do orange. Mhm. And there's not a yellow, so I guess I'm going to go with red, because I like red. Okay, so this, by the way, kids, this is Triplanetary. Spacey mathy game, according to Derek. He hates this game and refuses to play it with me. And we'll just see. Hey, let's slide this down so we get a little more of the map on the screen.
They're spending this
There we
big
go.
nuclear explosion on Earth.
How dare you, sir? Okay, so we're gonna start. Let's go ahead and start on Terra.
Like you do.
Now, the way this game works is it's all about vectors, okay? And there are certain rules for how you move and how you keep track of your momentum and what have you. So the important things to note are that when you're moving, you always have a vector, right? Right now we're landed, and we have fuel. So one thing we can do, like just kind of in your area of the board, we're going to transport there, is that you get, I believe it's 20 fuel, if I'm not mistaken. And so as you use fuel, you want to mark it down to show that you've used it. Because if you run out, you're in trouble.
Do you have little erasers?
Like you do.
I have.
Or should we just use tissues?
Excellent.
That's the eraser. Okay. So we're just going to do a little fly around the galaxy, or around the solar system. Galaxy, Lord. Technically, there are phases here: astrogation, ordnance, movement, combat, and resupply. But we're not. We're just doing astrogation and movement. We don't have to worry about ordnance or fighting or resupplying. If you land on a solar celestial body, you will you'll get refueled.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So, again, like I said, each ship has an intrinsic velocity. Right now, our velocity is 0 because we're on Earth. Okay, and when we launch, we get a velocity of 1, but that that velocity is also going to be, or that the next turn will be affected by the gravity well of Earth. So the trick with changing your trajectory, right, is identifying where your vector is sending you and how you can modify it. So the basic premise of the game is that on your turn, and the cool thing about this game is that you can take turns asynchronously. You don't have to wait. You could, and if somebody goes to the bathroom, it doesn't matter. You take 3 turns, it doesn't matter. They come back, they just take 3 turns in a row.
Yeah.
Because it's all just mapped out on this map. So if I have my ship, so let's say I've got a ship here, okay? It's going to have you'll see as we play the game, you'll have you'll see your course as you've moved throughout the area. But if I have a ship, okay, it's going to be like this, and I'm going to have like some sort of dotted line showing my vector. Okay, this is my potential outcome if I take no action on my turn. But knowing this is important. Oh, these poor pens, they've been sitting here far too long. Knowing this information is important because this is how you make your decisions. Not where you are, but where you're going. You can spend fuel to alter this point by 1 hex in any direction.
Makes sense.
Okay? That's how it basically, the maneuvering thrusters or your boosters change your vector. And so then what ends up happening is, like, say I see I'm going to go heading right into this little asteroid cluster. I don't want to do that. It's going to hurt my ship. I'm going to say, okay, my vector puts me here. I'm going to spend 1 thrust point to move here. And then what I do is I actually draw my complete vector directly out there to show where I end up. Okay? Move my ship there. And then draw my next vector. Now, the trick of the matter is knowing how that vector lines up, because it's not just 4 straight out. Now I'm at this weird angle, so I have to count out 4 and move up 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 here.
Yeah.
So actually what I didn't just change my trajectory, I also changed my velocity. Because now I'm actually moving a half a hex further than I was before.
Oh, that's true, because you went up 1.
Yeah, because it was actually that way. It was further from my origin point.
Right.
So I altered direction, but I also altered my speed. Now, if I wanted to slow down, what I could have said is, instead of coming out here, I could have gone here,
back 1.
right?
Yeah.
And then that would move me here, slowing me down, and then again altering my outcome accordingly. That's a huge difference when you look at how it's affected, right? Because if I start here, 1, 2, 3, well, actually, I guess it would be up to here.
If you crash into asteroids, you just go back to Earth.
Actually,
You
you can navigate asteroids. You have to roll a die, I think, to see whether or not you take damage or if you manage to dodge it or whatever. But realistically, the idea here
to make the Kessel run.
the idea being here that we're kind of
That's the number
maneuvering.
of parsecs.
Now, gravity wells will also affect your trajectory. So if you're moving your ship, and let's say that I'm coming here across Mars, and I want to like slingshot around it or something, right? And I'm coming in at this angle, right? And I've got this vector coming across here, okay? When I move here, okay, I have to take into account this vector and this vector. So I end here and then look at the arrows that I went through and adjust accordingly. So I have 1 vector this way and 1 vector this way, so I'm going to end up here, right? Which is suboptimal because now I'm flying right through Mars.
That's true.
Okay, so you do have to account for that.
But it doesn't happen after you go through those vectors?
Well, no, it's all at the same time. So if I want to avoid this, I can counteract a vector. I can say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to push 1 this way, and then I get the adjustment, and now I'm here. Now, that's not necessarily ideal either, because I'm still passing through the planetary hex, which is bad. You pass through a planetary hex, you crash.
You can't ever land on it, or
You can.
but you
There's
have
there's a whole thing about that, and that we'll talk about that next. But this is the basics of maneuvering. Okay, is just knowing where your ship's trying to go, knowing how you can adjust it, and watching what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you are in, I'm assuming this is a gravitational pull.
Just the arrows.
Okay.
Just the arrows represent the actual gravitational pull, and the white ones are
wimpy.
they take 2, so you have to pass through 2 of them to affect it, I think is what it is. Or they only act in, like, you can choose to ignore them is what it is. Weak gravity. Luna and Io have weak gravity represented by hollow arrows. A ship passing through 1 weak gravity hex may ignore it or use it at your choice. So, like, if you want to take advantage of it, you can, but you can also ignore it. Grab me, let me take the eraser here. So, now we can talk a little bit more. Now that you understand the mechanics of that process, here's a real interesting phenomenon now. So, my ship's over right. Let's say that I want to take off from a planet.
What's wrong with tissues out here?
Oh, over here.
Oh,
Oh, they ended up over there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
That other box got emptied, sorry.
Sorry.
So, let's say I'm landed on Mars and I would like to take off. When you launch with a velocity of 1.
Have an eraser.
Thank you.
Fair. Okay. So whenever you launch from a planet, the planetary assist, like the boosters or whatever from that planet, give you a velocity of 1. Okay. So when I launch, whatever direction I want to go, I'm going to go that way, right? So I'm going to go 1. Okay. I'm going to fly out here, right? But then it's basically just kind of ejecting you. Now, technically, my vector is this way.
Right.
But the problem is, I'm
It
starting
has
off
something
in a
to
hex that has an arrow counteracting it. All right? If I don't do something about that, I'm actually going to crash.
Yeah.
So you have to burn a fuel.
You have to burn fuel and you have to alter your trajectory. So this is how you get in. The idea here is that this is how you get into orbit around planets. The way you get into an orbit around a planet is when you are within the planet's gravity well and your vector is pointing away, like pointing at an angle. So, for instance,
Not straight out from the sun.
not
Or from the planet.
Not straight out. It has to be at an angle. So, yeah, you'll notice that when I put that there, right? So, if I do this and then my vector is like this, okay. The next turn, I'm going to go like this, and then that arrow is going to drag me this way, right? So that ultimately what I do is I end up here. Okay. Now, at that point, when I move that way, right, I calculate my vector after my movement. So I go from start to finish. This is my new vector.
Yep.
But then, again, if I were to complete that movement on the next turn, I would move this way, and that arrow would drag me this way. So I ended up going like this, and now my vector is this way. That is an indicator of a stable orbit. If you do nothing else, your ship will continue to rotate around the planet as long as it'll just sit there. And you don't have to spend any more fuel. If you want to break orbit, you do need to spend more fuel to get yourself out. And what usually happens is, right, like I said, I'm going to get up here, I'm going to expend a point of fuel to accelerate, and say I want to end up like this. Is it this way, or is it more like this?
I think if you go to your left, wouldn't that give you more?
Well, it'll slow you down a little bit though too. Because remember, you don't calculate your outcome until after you've done your full maneuver.
Yeah, so you want to go that way, so you end up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you could go this way, right? So you say, okay, I'm going to adjust to here, okay, and then when you calculate your actual final move, you're here, and your vector is this way, and at that point you've broken out of orbit, right? Because your ship is here, this is your vector, and you're moving away, and then you can start to maneuver. Your vector will continue to go that way with no other influence.
And how often do you erase your vectors?
That depends.
Whenever you want to.
It depends on what kind of game you're playing. But yeah, ultimately, your vectors are going to get in each other's way if we're like doing different things. Quite often, the way I've played this game in the past has just been, we'll just do a little race. We'll just do a little loop around. Like we'll do the Martian run, right? We'll do like from Terra to Mars and back, and whoever gets there in like the fewest maneuvers wins, right? Because it's not a timed event. Because somebody might find a better way to like loop. Maybe they want to do the slingshot around Luna to pick up a little speed and come back over to Mars, or they want to swing around the sun and loop around and do it faster, or someone just want to do a straight run and see, how fast you can make that run. Of course, you run off the map, you're lost. Run into a body, a planetary body, you're dead.
Run into an asteroid, you're dead.
Yep, pretty simple.
And then there's other missions you can do later as you.
Oh, absolutely.
As you
I
wanna
mean,
play, like,
yeah, you can add.
Go to clan.
Like I
lists
said,
and-
you can add ordnance. You can launch missiles, fire lasers.
Who you can battle.
Yeah, and fight. You can do. What did we do one time? We did one of the shell games, right? Where it's like 3 ships are running away and one other ship has to chase down, or maybe 2 ships are in pursuit,
Oh, that's fun.
and they have to find the correct ship before it escapes off the edge of the board. Or whatever.
Is there like an invasion mode where you have outsiders coming in and you have a defense force?
I'm sure you could.
That'd be a blast.
It's like Robin mode.
I mean, there's all of these
I know
ideas,
it.
right? Where you can do a mining system where you do like a economic game, right? Where it's like, you know, somebody has a base on Venus, you know, or whatever, and they want to bring back materials because Venus doesn't have a whole lot of mineral, you know, deposits that, you know, they need to be able to build things there. So, you know, you're doing mining runs and you improve your fleets and do things like that. And then you can introduce, you know, threats like pirates or whatever, and
Yeah.
you know, play those kind of games.
Pirates.
Yeah. So the idea is the system is kind of loose. They give you scenario ideas here, and then campaigns. Jeez. A campaign game may involve a dozen or more players and be played over dozens of sessions as commercial or piratical empires are built and crumble again. You know, so the idea being that this would probably sit here underneath the table, and we come back and play it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But you know,
Somebody traced on this really hard.
yeah, you can see some dents in there from the lines.
Accidentally used a ballpoint dry erase.
Orbital bases, right? So space, you can put, you know, space
That's
stations.
why there's a
and
million
orbital
different
bases.
tiles. is
Oh
you
yeah,
get more-
all sorts of ships, and they represent all kinds of different ships: frigates, corsairs, you know,
Is that a rock?
transports. What is
Those ones
that?
that are.
That's a dreadnought.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, so they have all sorts of kinds of transports.
And since you-
Just mineral packets. You just launch a packet.
yeah.
It's just a dumb packet that just goes and lands somewhere else. You know.
Love it.
So yeah, that's the idea behind this game. So I figured, you know, we could just kind of learn how to launch, do a maneuver, you know, maybe do a loop around Luna, and then maybe swing out and, you know,
We can race to Mars. It
launch
doesn't
around.
seem like it's gonna take that
we
long.
might be able to. The other trick about the game is that it's like, you know, if everybody's doing the same thing, they can kind of follow each other's maneuvers. And that's when you start doing things like erasing your vectors really quickly after you use them, so that nobody has the reference to look at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we certainly can.
So the limitation is you're adding 1 or 0 thrust each turn.
Yeah, you're not required to change your vector if you don't want to. If you like the trajectory you're on, you're fine, and you just coast. But yeah, the only maneuvering that you can do is to alter the end point of your vector that you're maneuvering for that turn.
Just by one.
By 1.
Yep, by 1 point, any direction.
So slowing down has to be planned in advance.
It does. You
And we-
can't go screaming to Mars at 20. You will overshoot.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
So
that.
how do you land? How do you land on?
I'm not your dad, but I'll tell you. So landing. So you want to have a landing. You have to have. You have to be in orbit
Okay.
and have the fuel to basically. You have to have one fuel to stop your. I don't know what it is. Your orbit.
descent.
Your orbit. Yeah, to descend, and another fuel. You spend another fuel to land on the body.
Oh,
Okay.
so you have to have 2 fuel.
Yeah, yeah. When you're approaching, you know, your low point, and it's like I gotta get somewhere. Better have 2 fuel left.
If you don't have 2 fuel left, you just crash.
Well, I mean, the funny part is sometimes people get in orbit and they have one left, and it's like I can't land. I'm just sitting here forever now. I can't do anything except maneuver one time, and then you're just kind of floating
Drifting.
very slowly across the map. There are, I mean, I'm sure there are rules in here where you do like fuel transfers and stuff.
Yes. You shoot me some fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed. Sorry.
Packet. Try again. Yeah, you didn't anticipate my trajectory. So with that in mind, then, what do you want to do? So we want to do a little loop the loop around the neighborhood.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I don't know if you want me to go first and like take a couple turns to show you kind of how it works, or if you guys want to do it on your own. It's up to you.
I mean, I think I get it.
I want to walk through as a group. So everybody coaches everybody on their turn. You demo, and then I say, what do I do here? How do I do this?
Okay. Well, so let's start with just my chit. We'll clear the other chits out for the moment, and we'll start with mine.
Here you go.
And I'm the yellow one. And what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll do a first couple of maneuvers to launch from Earth and get out of Earth orbit. How's that?
Welcome to Earth.
All right. So I am going to launch this direction. So I'm going to jump off the Earth, and they're gonna push me one hex that direction.
Yep.
Now that maneuver does not cost fuel, because that is basically the ground station providing that booster.
The giant rubber band.
Yeah, exactly. Boing.
Boing.
Okay. And what would happen is you would actually write this. So you would go like this, right? And it shows you you're in there, and you would write 1. That shows your turn action. And then if you do a burn maneuver, you put a little You put a little mark next to it to show that you actually did use fuel. But in this case, we didn't have to. So that's my first action, okay? Now I know that this action is going to give me this vector, okay? And so now for my second turn, what I want to do is I want to make sure I don't fall back down to Earth because of the gravity well. So I'm going to alter my trajectory and I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this direction, right? So instead I'm going to spend a point to go here. That's going to let me move here, and then the gravity well pulls me back. So my actual vector was here, okay, 2. And now here is my new anticipated trajectory. I really hope I'm doing this right. I feel like I am. All right, so now with knowing this, now if this is my endpoint, I'm going to go loop around Luna, let's say. So then I want to alter my trajectory to go this way. All right, so now my vector would take me here and then push me over 1 because of this. Okay. Now notice, it's important to note that I'm only accounting for this one because that's the only one that's in this turn. But next turn, I have to account for this one also. Okay, because I'm traveling through it, and you can't ignore black arrows. Now I could do this differently.
You are traveling through it?
I will be once I change. So if I go to
Border
here,
counts?
if I go to here,
Yeah.
my ultimate trajectory is going to be here and then pulled this way.
So,
Right?
but
And
you
so
don't-
my vector would take me right through that hex. And so then next turn I have to account for that.
Okay.
Make sense?
I forgot you. So you're not traveling on the path. Your
Right.
path is okay.
You set your path afterwards. Now what I could do instead is I could say, okay, I'm going to push this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go here, and then this gravity well is going to bring me here. Okay, which then makes my vector here.
Right.
Okay, no, I drew that too far back. My vector is going to go here. Right.
Yep.
Which then puts my anticipated next maneuver here. Okay, so that's turn 3. Now, I can't remember if the lines count. I think they do. So technically, I'm still being affected by that other hex. But let me verify that for sure.
I mean, if so, that's what you want.
Yeah, it still swings me in the right direction. Each gravity hex has an effect of 1 hex of acceleration in the direction of the arrow on every object passing through that hex. Gravity takes effect on the turn after an object enters the gravity hex. Gravity is cumulative and mandatory. See below. A ship which passes between a gravity hex and the planetary outline is affected by the gravity hex. A ship which touches the planetary outline has landed if it was in orbit on the previous turn, otherwise it crashes. Yeah, so that's important. You can't just go burning into a planet and say, "Yeah, I totally landed that." No, you have to establish an orbit and then land.
and yeah, your vector has to go through here to land.
No, so remember the orbit that I was talking about was that one where the vector is pointing out, but then the other gravity well draws you in, so it kind of makes you constantly go around the planetary object. Then you can change to land. A ship. Let's see, where do they have? Oh, here we go. B to D. A ship which enters gravity hexes 1 and 2 on turn 1 and chooses to ignore the first gravity hex will be affected on turn 2 by the second gravity hex. This moves its endpoint from C to D. Note that the new course runs exactly along the edge of a gravity hex. The ship has not entered gravity hex. Aha! So I have not entered that gravity hex, which means that I am now free of Earth's gravitational pull. So now, when I make my next maneuver, I literally don't have any gravity affecting me anymore. I will end up out here if I take no action.
Yep.
So instead, what I'd like to do is then I want to take a shallow curve around Luna. So I'm actually going to do this number.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that move, right? So that's going to establish my position. It's going to be here because there's no gravity effect. So I'd be out here, but it's going to move here, like so. This is my next move.
Yep.
That's 4. And now my vector is only 1 hex. I'm moving very slowly.
Yeah, you slowed down by going.
Yeah, by shortening that distance. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, after that, now I want to get moving towards the moon, and what I can do is I can say, okay, I know I can cut across it if I accelerate a little bit. So I know my endpoint's here. I'm going to say I'm going to go here instead. This is going to be my vector across here, like so, and that's going to put me here, and my vector is going that way. That's turn 5. Now turn 6. Oh, did I go too fast?
Yep,
I mean,
you did. Blew right past it.
well, I mean, I could cut it short.
Or if you go here, then on 7 you could come here.
Well, no, because if I go here, my vector's going to be going out this way. I'll actually be further away. I need to slow down to catch the corner. So this is what I do: is on turn 6, I alter here. Now, bear in mind how many pieces of fuel. I haven't even been tracking my fuel, right? So I altered here. This was a burn. This was a burn.
Yeah.
This was a burn. This was a burn. Now, I probably didn't have to do that one necessarily. I could have just gone out. But anyway, and now for my 6th maneuver, cutting across here, turn 6, that is a burn.
Yeah.
So I have now used 5 fuel, right, of my 20. And so now, this one vector here, okay, I want to change that. I'm going to go here, okay, so that's going to be this vector. Whoop. Well, again, I shouldn't really be drawing all the way into the hex. Okay, that was turn 7.
No.
And a burn.
Oh, yeah, it's not
Yeah,
7.
this was 6. Okay, that's turn 7 burn, and now I've got a gravity arrow affecting me, but it's a ignorable one if I want. Here's my vector, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm going to, let's see, that's going to do this and this. If I got to here, I would accelerate, and then it would go here and here. That would be quite the slingshot. That would take me through the moon. So I'm going to ignore this. Which one do I ignore? I'm here. I want to go on to here. So yeah, what I can do is I can ignore this gravity well. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to accelerate out to here. So my actual vector's here. Oh well, it's not. It's not because I haven't got through the gravity. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I haven't gone through it yet. I haven't gone through this one yet. So that's going to be the next turn. So literally, I'm going to burn to get out to here.
Yeah.
Okay. This is move 8. Another burn. That's gonna. But I don't end up there, right? Because oh no, I said I'm ignoring this one, right?
Yeah.
So then my vector is going to be 2 hexes, right? And that's
Are you
another.
also ignoring that one?
And that's another burn. No, I'm not going to ignore that one. I'm going to use it. So now I know that I'm coming here and pulling over 1, right? And what I can do is I can say, okay, I want to burn 1 to here and pull in. So
It doesn't put you here at the end of that turn?
You use it on the turn after.
It's the turn after.
You have to go through it before
Yeah,
you use
you have
it.
to go through it.
Okay.
So I ignore this one. I'm using this one, and I burn. So the burn takes me out here. The gravity well pulls me in here, and now my vector here takes me across both of these to here.
So
And
your
that's-
previous vector was here, you burn 1 here, and then
And
the
the
gravity
gravity well
affects
pulls
you
me
here.
in. Yep. And now I have burned 8 of my fuel, but I am in theory on a reasonable trajectory towards Mars.
That is definitely one way to put it.
That is one way to do it. Now, as for the hard way, it's probably just as easy to launch off of Terra, slingshot around it, and launch straight out. Probably cost you less fuel.
Or you could just.
So why don't I?
You said you spent 8 fuel. You could just do like
I did.
4 coming out to here.
Yeah, you could do it. Here, I'll get rid of my
But is
vectors.
it a race?
Not necessarily, but find a different way to do it. That's part of the fun of the game. Is just like saying, "What can I do? What can I do?" That's
And
So
so
I wasn't even going to do that.
How
I
come
was
you
gonna,
chose
like,
to spend 9 turns doing that?
just to show you one way it can be done.
Okay. Do we take turns? Do one burn and cycle through?
You
or-
can, yeah, especially once we get separated out a little more. But when you're all launching from the same location, it's easier to have one person kind of do it and get out of the way. That's why I got rid of my vectors, so you guys can do whatever you want.
Interesting. So what is our goal? We're doing a Mars run?
Sure.
Are we trying to land, or are we just trying to
just go around?
get into orbit?
Yep. Sure. Yeah. Let's just say that the goal is to get an orbit around Mars. That's fair.
I'm gonna repair a satellite.
Yeah.
First one to repair it gets all the gold.
First one to terraform Mars.
Off to find one of the rovers.
I could see this being. I could see it being a what would you call it? An obstacle course or a scavenger hunt where the
Yeah.
goal is to orbit 3 planets.
Well, we've done rally races where it's like the objective is to pass through each of these zones, or
Yeah.
have to pass through their gravity wells.
Yeah.
We've done that. Where we'll do like you do the grand tour where you hit Terra, Mercury, Venus, Mars, one of these, and then come back home.
Yeah. And how do you refuel?
You land. You land on one of the planets to refuel.
Or you could just decide you're carrying 60 fuel. And
Excuse me. You absolutely could, although that kind of, I mean, then you can do some ridiculous maneuvering, I suppose. That if you don't, it poses that limitation.
And you could say, okay, so orbit 3 planets and return to Earth.
Yeah, and you could. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I don't
And
think
Mars,
you really
and Mars doesn't, and start on Mars. That would be the start and finish on
Yeah,
Mars.
so you can kind of choose which way you want to go.
Yeah, that'd be that. Yeah, I like that. Would be an interesting. So because there's only one up here.
One planet. There are three.
Bodies.
3 gravity wells, so
Okay.
you could, in theory, kind of maneuver around them.
Yeah, orbit any 3 bodies.
Or you can make it the rally point. It's like you have to go through here and through here to any of that.
When I say orbit, do one orbit around each.
And usually, sometimes what we've done, like if I've played with 3 or 4 players, is like we'll do the inner ring, but everybody's starting on a different planet.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you can so it's enough variety you can choose to you're not just copying each other.
Yep.
So is there advantage to slingshotting Luna? You getting more velocity or not?
No.
I mean,
Not really.
you can.
You could and
If you did it right, I suppose you could. I mean, I could have optimized that maneuver a little better. I could have launched out 1 hex more over, so I was going to take a more direct route. But the problem is at that point, then my vectors are kind of pushing me out that direction. When you really have to kind of keep it slow to swing around.
When you started launching this way.
Yeah, I did.
You really ought to launch like.
I could have launched that way.
Yeah. Or even
but-
there.
I don't. I might have saved myself like 1 or 2 points of fuel, but it would take more turns. Because number of turns also is a factor if you're talking about a race.
Yeah.
Because you can count the number of turns. It's like whoever does the fewest turns has effectively won. Because they did it the fastest or the most efficiently. So who wants to leave Terra?
Do it.
I gotta pee.
All right.
That's fine. I'm slingshotting the other.
Right, and that's the beauty of it is that somebody can go
Just
and
leave your-
it doesn't matter.
Leave your marks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody want a drink?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Anything in particular?
Either an ice or like a Coke Zero, cherry Coke Zero, or
Okay.
okay. So now I'm looking at there.
Yep.
But this is gonna pull me back. So I actually want to go here, and then this will pull me back to here.
Yep. So that's gonna be your vector.
So I can go here. To. It takes me there.
Yep.
And now I'm set to just go
Yep. 1 hex.
there on number 3. I'm actually going to push it out 1. We're coming in hot.
Okay. Yeah, I was just to make sure you're now 2 hexes for your vector.
Yeah. And that looks fine. So we'll just go 4.
You're gonna swing around Mercury and Venus to get to Mars, huh?
That's the plan.
All right. You want to change colors?
Um.
Want to try green?
Sure.
See if one of these does a little better. These are, I mean, these pens are several years old, so I mean, they probably are due to be replaced. I just made sure I got a nice 8-pack of them, so I could have 8 different colors for players if we had like that many people.
Yeah.
I've played as many as 6 at a time.
Oh, nice.
3 of them. The first time I played it, 3 of them loved it, 3 of them hated it.
Okay. So I got 5 that's going to take me here, but I think in order to hit Mercury, I need to start swinging. So let's go here for 6. So that's going to go up 1 and out 1.
What are you doing?
So instead of
currently
going
it goes there. Mm-hmm.
right, so I want to go ahead and take my dot here.
Okay, yeah. So then you're going to draw your vector that direction. That's a burn. I don't know which turn that is. Is that 6?
Okay, I spent 4 fuel. Go there.
Yep, and then your vector is another
Now my
basically right
vector
along
is-
the line out to that next hex. Yep.
There.
Yep.
And so actually that's okay.
Yeah, if you're
Because then my next one will go here, and I can actually burn a fuel to go there.
to cut through the gravity
Right.
for the next turn, yeah.
And that actually puts me on the swing going that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I want. So we're just going to go 7.
So it's just gonna take the vector straight out, and then there's your next one. Yep.
And so then
And now 8. You're gonna do that adjustment.
So then
Is that
8.
cool?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Or would you rather have a tray coat?
Whatever one you don't want.
If you like the tray coat.
Okay. So I'm actually passing through 2 of these.
You
now.
are, and you have to account for those.
And so I've got.
So draw your anticipated vector.
So I'm going out 2.
2
so
hexes,
that's
yep.
1.
2.
Can I land on the second?
Yep.
Okay. Land on the second, but then this one is pulling me back. So there's one. This one is pushing me this way, and this one is pulling me back that way. So I'm actually gonna end up here.
Right.
Which I think is fine.
But
So
remember, you
Your
calculate.
vector is going to push you through the third one.
No, it won't. If he's angled correctly, he'll miss it. But you do want to be careful not to get too close to the sun too. So you might want to accelerate to push out a little bit. Also.
Well, no, so right now, because if I'm gonna end up here based on the gravity,
Yeah,
but my vector is pushing me this way,
that's true.
so that's almost perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually. What was that? That was 8. I erased it. I'm just gonna do that because my ending vector will be here on 9. I don't have to burn any fuel. And I just ride across the line. So I'm right here for 10. Is that right?
Is that right? Hang on a second. Let's see here. You were here,
Yeah.
right? So you're gonna go
I was here.
2 out.
2 out.
It's gonna be 1 this way and 1 this way. You're actually here. You're gonna speed up.
Okay, so 9 should push me here.
Yeah, and remember you're going from like this hex to this hex. So now you're looking at like 1, 2, 3. So your next stop's gonna be here. You're gonna pass through both of these solar hexes, which is just gonna bring you this way a little bit, unless you adjust.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass through 1.
Oh, you're gonna pass through the 1. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna pass through this one. So you just
So
throw
this
that.
should go.
Yeah, you gotta cut those hexes right.
Need a straight edge.
Yeah. Or like a laser pointer's handy.
And
Actually,
don't they make little laser pointers that draw a line down
Oh
there?
yeah, for miniature games. Like
Okay,
one
here. Let's do this. So I started here and I'm ending in this one. So let's draw.
I think you had it pretty close. You were
Mhm.
overlapping the 2 hexes correctly there.
Okay. So we got that vector there.
And then your next one
So from here, I
is
should
dotted.
Go, we know that one's dotted. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
perfect because that'll put me right through there for 10.
So your vector is going to be 1, 1, 2, 3. No, it's the 1, 1, 2, because it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So your vector's
Yeah, it's
still
gonna be
there.
there. I have a vector drawer in there.
Okay.
So from here to here.
So now this one wants to pull me over 1 here, and so I'm actually going to come out.
This one here is gonna have you go this direction. Yep.
Right. So I'm going
You're gonna angle over a little bit.
from here. So I need to go.
But right now you just draw the vector based on what your last movement was. So you're just gonna be out to, what is it, 1, 2, 3, is it this one?
It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Right. Well, if you follow it straight, 1, 2, it should be here.
Yeah, it should be this one.
Yeah.
Oh, because you went here.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right. So I'm anticipating this, but then this one is actually going to move me here,
Right.
which, again,
You
I
should-
think.
Actually, where did you?
Did you start here?
So this was move number 9 here. Move number 10 that I just took puts me here.
Oh, so if you're starting here, then your next vector is taking you.
1, 2, 3.
So here.
So I mean, so I'm actually anticipating here then.
Yeah. And I like the way you did it was you count them off and then draw the vector back to your ship.
Yeah.
So then this is going to push me here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then that
When
last
you
arrow will
move,
pull
you'll
you out
end it
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which puts me pointed straight at Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do.
It's almost like cheating.
And at a rate of 3 hexes per turn, unless he wants to speed it up.
This is 11.
Not even a burn. Oh, you didn't have to burn there.
Oh, that's true.
The sun pulled you over.
Not a dot. Come back. I'm just going to write okay.
So how many turns are you going to take? You're just going to go all the way there and then you have to beat the number of turns?
You can do it that way.
I mean, we can, or I can stop here and you can catch up, and I'll just keep 11 on there. Because right now my plotted vector is
Technically, you're supposed to circle the number, I guess, when you burn, not put a dot. So,
whatever.
just so you know.
Okay.
1, 2. So my next plan,
You can overload? What's an overload maneuver?
my next planned vector is just like that.
So do you have all the info you need to erase these?
Yeah, I'm good.
Warships may perform 1 overload maneuver between maintenance stop.
I actually did that launch not flawlessly, but it was pretty close.
Pretty good. Overload allows expenditure of 2 fuel points in 1 turn. The result is a vector change of 2 hexes rather than 1.
What?
For warships. Commercial ships may not perform the overload maneuver.
That's dumb. I want to overload my commercial ship.
And you can only do it once per, once between maintenance stopovers.
Well, what if I want to overclock my PC?
Crashes,
You can't tell me to do
ramming.
that.
RAM. Alright. So,
I think I'm missing a step on the launch. We're
Yes.
taking it, we're kind of shortcutting it a little bit.
so you just have to start over.
Yeah, we do. We're cheating. So this says, I mean, we'll do it the same way for you that we did, but this says ships blast off using boosters available only at friendly bases. Boosters provide an acceleration of 1 hex from the world or satellite to an adjacent hex, thus takeoff requires no fuel points. The planetary surface gravity immediately cancels takeoff velocity, leaving the ship stationary in the gravity hex, immediately above the base. Unless fuel is spent on the next turn, the ship would fall back to the planet and crash. So technically, on your first launch, you have no vector. You're just basically,
Oh, 'cause
like
you're
you
just
said,
there.
you're rubber banded out to where you can maneuver. But if you do nothing, your next turn you'll
Fall
crash.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
That's what I misremembered. It's like I seem to recall it taking like more.
But
fuel
does
to
it
take off?
But if you accelerate it this way, does it still pull you back
It
to
does.
this one?
So if you spend
it's the
fuel that
same.
way, you would just stay there until you ran out of fuel. So the idea is you spend a fuel to launch yourself out at an angle, and then it drags you around.
Just like escape velocity.
Yes.
So, I mean, really, we could make up for that easy just by
It
crossing
just
out
makes an extra
fuel
turn.
we have. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do the straight
A
shot.
ship may only land by expending 1 fuel point while in orbit. The ship then moves to any hex side of the planet. It may take off in the next turn, provided that the hex side contains a base. These are bases. These little guys around here.
That makes sense. Why does Jupiter have no bases?
Because it's a gas.
I want to land on Jupiter.
You can fly through Jupiter if you can hold up to the gravity.
It has to have some kind of core on it.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
What else is keeping it there? It's not just gas.
Could be just gas.
It's definitely not just gas.
The
It's
sun
just
doesn't
a
have
big
a
old
core,
bag
it
of
just has
gas.
a whole bunch
Yes,
of
it
gravity.
does. The sun
What?
absolutely has a core.
I thought it was all like
It's
just
not a
burning
solid
hydrogen.
core.
Yes, it does. That's where the heavier. It's not in this sun. In much larger suns, it's where the heavier elements are made.
Sure.
There has to be a core to it.
That's true. Nah, I don't know
It's not going to be like Earth like we understand it, but there has to
No.
be a something you could stand on.
You can't dig a hole in the core of the sun.
I'm not.
You could dig it.
I'm not versed in celestial mechanics.
See, before I was a mechanical engineer, I wanted to be an aerospace engineer.
See, that's what's wrong with you.
It is, absolutely. I switched engineering jobs 3 times before I'm like, I'm just going into ministry, whatever.
That's fantastic. I'm tired of all these engineering.
I'm tired of this math.
Stupid math.
Alright.
Do it. Launch.
Ships may land at Ceres or clandestine
They
or
are
an unnamed asteroid in the belt by simply stopping in the hex. They take off by accelerating out of the hex.
Oh.
All right. So do you want to launch the right way? Do you want to do it the right way?
I want to do a straight shot.
Well, yeah.
And yeah, I'll do the right way. So,
Okay. But remember, well, no, you don't want to. So if you're going here
yeah.
and you want to go straight, you launch from the opposite side.
Oh, so it pulls me
Yeah.
back.
So you swing around. So you launch that way, right? And we know that that's 0. So then now you have to alter your maneuver, or else you're gonna fall.
So do I? So I accelerate into a hex. So
Yep.
just for example, if I
You'll
accelerate
draw
into
your
this,
vector that way. Is it not?
Pen is dead.
it just died.
Here's a black one. Too. They're very old.
Your mom is very old.
Yeah, she is. Even
Okay.
she said that.
So because this one's going that way, so if I accelerate into here, well,
Yeah, I guess don't draw your arrow, because what you're doing is you're basically just saying you're adjusting your move by 1, and that's going to change the direction you go. Instead of going down into the planet again, you're altering to move this direction. Well, you're altering to move this direction, and then the gravity well draws you down here.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's your vector.
He does. So
yeah.
so this is your dotted.
No, he doesn't even have that. Technically, his velocity is 0.
Oh, because
you always draw a little to the edge where you're going.
I try to, and still leave room for the chit. You don't have to though. You could just draw.
Velocity
You
is
could draw all
zero,
the way
so
in the
I'm
middle.
gonna- So I'm going to end
You're
up,
just basically drawing a solid line to that hex
end up here.
and circle write a 1 next to it to show it's your first maneuver, and circle it to show that you're doing a burn.
Okay.
And put your chit over there. And now you technically
I have a
have
velocity
an
of
anticipated
1.
vector, so now you put the dotted line for that next maneuver.
Okay. And it's still going to be just the one, or it's just going to be the one into this space.
Now it's 1, yep.
Okay.
But
I'm going to get yanked into this one.
Well, right now you're in orbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, technically you are now in orbit, because now what happens is if you take no action, you'll move out to that hex, and then the gravity will drag you back into the next gravity well. So what you want to do then again is get moving here,
Yeah.
right? So then you need to alter your trajectory from this hex out to here, and then when the gravity well draws you, your vector is this direction. You're not entering this hex, and you're free of you've escaped Earth's gravity.
And you'll be straight on.
Yeah.
That's a straight shot.
The 2-step part screws me up. So
Yeah, figuring out where you're going and then altering it and finding the actual.
So this is my current destination.
Yes.
And then I can alter it
By 1 hex
by
in any
one.
direction.
And I want to alter it in that direction, so it pulls me here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that gravity well is going
Okay.
to pull your final end point 1 hex in that direction.
Yeah. And so then my
So
vector
then you
is
draw your
gonna
actual
be-
vector right across that line.
and that's my
That's
2.
2. And you burned. Perfect. You move your
I'm
chip.
gonna go there.
Boom. See, he did the fastest of all. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to Mars. I don't know what you fools are doing, swinging around stuff.
I wanted to come take pictures of Mercury and the Sun, and maybe some distant ones of Venus.
Right.
You're in the thermometer business. So
Yeah.
you had to get a bunch of mercury.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you get there and you're like, what? There's no mercury. They just call it that.
This was a rip.
This is a terrible idea. Worst case of false advertising since that movie, The Never Ending Story.
So now you can accelerate towards.
So if I do nothing,
Yeah, and then you do your dotted line.
so do the dotted line.
Yep, dotted line for your
And I
anticipated.
go here.
Yep, that's your anticipated,
Yeah.
or your astrometrics, or your what do they call it? Astrogation. Yeah,
And how many turns you guys took?
that's your
You
predicted.
took
That's your
11 to get
predicted
there.
course. Yeah,
So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I just drift on 11?
If you so desire, I guess.
All right. And I didn't use any fuel.
I mean, dang, he showed us.
He went straight
Kinda.
for it.
He did.
Oh, and my vectors.
Yeah, and your anticipated is now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's this whole game. Everything else about this game is whatever you make of it.
Yeah.
And what's the
Pretty
point
cool.
of counting turns other than burning fuel?
I mean, this.
Do you want people to take
no,
equal numbers
I
of
mean,
turns?
absolutely not. It doesn't matter. In the case of a race, turns matter. That's when it matters because you see
Right.
like how many turns it took you to get to your outcome. In every other scenario, it doesn't matter. Really, all you're doing is you're tracking resources:
Yeah.
fuel, cargo, weapons, you name it. Right.
So you can basically play your mission out and then be like, hey, I completed it. I didn't use up all my fuel and crash.
Right.
Therefore,
Or I met the conditions of the success, success and failure. You just
Yeah.
figure out what is success or failure in this scenario, and did I complete it? Now, if you have a scenario where it's like, multiple people trying to accomplish the same goal, you can have them do it independently, and you just, like you said, you track turns, right? It's like how fast can you make $100,000 on asteroids? When you go on mine and you sell it at like $100 a ton or whatever, and how big's your transport and how fast can it go and how much fuel can it carry, all the logistics and stuff. Then yeah, you can like use the turn count to independently compare and not have to play simultaneously. I could play out the scenario myself and then hand the box off to you and say, here you go. I did it in 52 turns. Now it's your turn.
yeah, the idea of playing parallel single-player games doesn't appeal to me at all. It's like why get together and play, other than unless I have my own copy.
Absolutely.
Like we're playing with Jason.
You mean like this, where it's the asynchronous style?
So yeah, like what I would do is say pick some kind of competitive mission.
Yep.
And then like say, okay, stop every 5 turns and let's assess where we are.
Sure. Well, like I said, normally what you would do in this scenario is each player would go round robin.
Yeah, yeah.
You would take a turn, Mike would take a turn, I could take a turn, and we just go round and round.
Yeah.
But that is the basis of Triplanetary. Is what we just did here is the core of the maneuvering of this game. Missiles kind of work the same way. They just go faster. You can do combat. You have to line up your angles. If you line up correctly, you can attempt to fire. You've got piloting and gunnery skills, or at least gunnery skills you can measure to. The weapon type you have will determine kind of what your success rates are, how much weapons they can carry. How much it affects your fuel usage, for the weight and things like that. The size of your ships matter. They have these little numbers on them to let you reference. It's like, okay, these are the ships in my fleet, so you don't get them mixed up. So yeah, lots of
There's a lot of things you could do.
Yeah, but it's very much a kind of a scratch pad.
This seems kind of primed for like a board on a 55-inch touchscreen TV.
Almost, yeah. Or it would go under a clear plastic. They have an acrylic insert, so you put this board under the insert, and then you can just write all over that. But yeah, that's Triplanetary really in a nutshell.
Heck, if you did just clear film, you could just draw and then just rip it off and throw it away at the end of the game instead of wiping down.
Yep. You got it very smooth. It'd be kind of a trick for the
No, I just meant no pens. Just have it trace your vector on the touch screen with your finger.
Oh
So,
yeah.
that'd be
I'm
cool.
going here and hitting that, and it draws the vectors automatically. But you have to someone have to program the game.
Yep.
But to see then, you
I
could have things drift. You could have the asteroids
Move.
straight. You could launch an asteroid at somebody.
Just doing the vectors wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
Because it's just dot here, just
Point to end.
connect.
Yeah, exactly. And project the dash one out.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
It'll just say, okay, well, here's where you think you're going to go next turn, and you can kind of plan. Yeah.
I mean, you
Well,
could-
and then you could also play it online or whatever you want.
yeah.
to do that.
Well, and you almost don't even need like a screen over it. You just do a camera. It just picks out like I want this one. I want this one.
Yeah,
Just
it
do it.
sees your position, and
Yeah.
or use a pointer. It sees your pointer. Another game that you guys we might want to try some point is if you like this kind of thing is Interceptor, which is a hex-based ship combat game. space combat. It's designed to be space combat, and I love the ship sheets for them because they're like 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that have the stats for your ship are like up here, and it shows your armor and shields on the 4 sides of your ship that it can be attacked from.
Oh,
And
cool.
the weapons do different damage patterns that eat down into the armor. And once you penetrate the armor, you go into this massive, like, diagram, like a massive flow chart of where the internal damage actually hits. So there's like you roll a 10-sided die. It's all based on 10-sided die. So you roll a 10-sided die, and it shows you what system you start in. And then, like, as you trace the damage through, like, there are sealing circuits that'll go off. Like, if you damage them, it'll slowly cut paths off, and so the more critical systems get hurt. It's really kind of cool. And they connect the systems together through all these different filters. I'll just show it to you guys.
No, you disable my holodeck.
Right? Well, I mean, these are combat ships. And the cool thing, I mean, the only reason I really kind of want to play it is because I never played it with the advanced rules. I played it with the basic rules. So, with the basic rules, maneuvering is simplified. You have a base speed that your ship is at, right? And then depending on how fast your ship is moving, how many hexes it has to move when you want to turn, costs you so much fuel or costs so much energy or power to make the maneuver. The faster you're going, the more power it takes to make the turn.
Right.
Or the number of hex face changes. But with the advanced rules, it actually takes vectoring into account. So you keep track of your ship's vector. It's just 1 point to turn, but you don't change your heading until you spend enough points to actually alter it. Like when you're maneuvering, like say this is my ship, not it's this small, they're bigger. But if I'm traveling this way, right, and then I decide I want to turn, I just turn, but I'm still moving this way.
Yeah.
Right? And so you could, in theory, rotate and a different facing or turn all the way around and still be facing away. And so moving
then
away.
Fire.
And be firing at things. Yeah.
So
So
you
you
do
can
the
strafe.
fade shot.
Yeah, you can strafe or, Parthian retreat or whatever it is. So that's a game. That's the first hex-based combat game I played kind of along the same time as BattleTech. And I really liked it just because it was space combat, but it was also like a whole, I mean, they're actually redoing it, but they had a whole role-playing system. They had space combat, they had capital ship combat, they had ground-based hover tank combat. They even had a friggin' one of the sides was based on the Roman Empire, so one of them had like chariot racing. There was a game for chariot racing with these little alien beasts or whatever they had.
Oh,
so,
nice.
and they had a role-playing system. I mean, I was all into it way back then.
So
Yeah.
So I only made it 1 hex.
Yep.
That wouldn't work with these. Pencils is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I played with a guy, and anytime he got a hit, he would write in the tiniest little capital letters. He had great penmanship. He would write, boom, right next to it.
That's funny.
Well, that's cool.
Anyway, yeah, that's the game. I just wanted to kind of introduce you guys.
Jason has wanted me
Nice.
to play this for a long time. He thought I would like it, and I mean, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I do.
I think that, I mean, now that
I
you've
would
seen
need practice.
now that you've seen the basics of the game, now that understanding this part of it means that now you don't have to learn that part. You
Right.
can.
I'll have to learn it again.
We can do more.
Oh, I will learn it again.
We can do more with it next time. I can work on building up a scenario where we can get together like a Saturday and say, okay, let's sit down and do a scenario.
Let's sit down in space.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. Maybe on a game day.
Yep. And then I'm going to keep these two in here with the
Sorry, I spent your whole tissue.
widgets. So yeah.
And throw one of those pocket packs of Kleenex in there.
Yeah, I should. And well, I need to get
Or just buy a bunch more sponges.
new pens too, I guess.
Yeah.
So Beth has successfully filled in their schedule.
Okay, I started filling in ours.
I need to do mine still, but I figured you guys probably have a lot more going on than I do anyway, so.
Coming up, we will, yeah.
Yep. How long are you guys in Texas?
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah.
Seems like too long to stay in Texas.
I agree.
But it's family.
They didn't ask me.
You were not consulted. My
I
brother
spent a little time in Texas. They got
Yeah.
good steak.
I
They
hear
do.
barbecue.
They
is
do have
something
pretty good
else.
barbecue.
Yep.
My brother lives down there. He's in Corpus Christi.
Oh yeah. I have distant in north.
Well, guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Appreciate it, kids.
It was real.
Someday we will play Triplanetary for real, and it's going to be epic, and we're all going to be blasting each other with guns and missiles in the middle of the asteroid belts. But until then, we will see you next week. Bye.
Hooray for the stream not dying.